At first, I thought it was just another tremor. The instruments wavered, a low rumble rolled under us, and then the ocean floor began to move like something breathing. Through the haze of sonar static, a shadow glided across the trench, vast, slow, alive. A faint blue glow pulsed in the dark like a heartbeat. I knew the name before the system even tagged it: Leviathan. It rose out of the abyss, metallic scales shimmering with rivers of cyan light, each fin stirring currents that could move mountains. And just as awe started to eclipse fear, a second light appeared, red this time, violent and hungry. Kraken. Its eye opened like a wound in the water and the world turned crimson. Leviathan charged first. The beam of blue tore through the deep, met by the red smoke of toxin, and the sea ignited in chaos. Every impact made the ship's hull tremble, the trench convulsed under their fury. I watched, helpless, as the two titans crushed the dark between them. Leviathan's roars bled through the water, defiant, furious. For a moment, it seemed endless. Then to see split open, and both rose toward the surface in a spiral of light and death. They breached with a sound like thunder. I saw them framed in lightning, Leviathan shining like a god of storms, Kraken chained around it like the wrath of the deep. Then in an instant, the blue glow faltered. Leviathan fell back into the water and the ocean swallowed everything. The monitors went black. Silence. Then a single pulse remained. Weak, faint, but alive. Leviathan had survived. By dawn we found it. The helicopter cut through the fog, and there it was. A mountain of silver blue flesh sprawled across the coast, waves glowing turquoise where its blood met the sea. We landed in wind and spray, hearts pounding. Up close, it didn't look like a monster. It looked broken. Burned scales, torn fins, toxin burns seared black along its side. Still warm, still breathing. We weren't approaching a corpse, we were approaching a patient. The field hospital came alive around it. Floodlights pierced the mist, drones scanned wounds the size of valleys, and the beach hummed with machinery. Standing beneath its body felt like walking under the hull of a fallen starship. Every vibration, every faint heartbeat echoed through my chest. We drove the first injector into its vein, a luminous serum glowing like captured lightning. The light ran along its skin, flickering weakly at first, then spreading farther, faster. The sea began to respond, waves rising and falling with the rhythm of its pulse. Hope looked like blue light rippling across the tide. Then Leviathan convulsed. Energy burst from its back, throwing arcs of electricity through the camp. Lights exploded, sand turned to glass underfoot, and the storm rolled back in. The toxin was still alive inside it, eating through the veins like fire. The rain hit, heavy and cold. The waves crashed closer. We fought to hold the lines, shouting over the storm, securing cables while the tide tried to drag us away. Evelyn worked inside the shaking lab, mixing the antidote with hands that never trembled. The sea was a wall of sound outside, but she didn't flinch. When she came out, the sky was burning white with lightning. The last injector on her back glowed like a piece of the sun. She climbed onto Leviathan's chest, rain slashing across her visor, and drove it home. For a moment, the world...
Hold on. Secure the canisters.
Stopped breathing. Then Leviathan did. The glow surged from its wound, raced through its body, and burst out in a blaze of color that turned rain into crystal. The storm softened, thunder rolled away, and the air grew warm again. Leviathan's eye opened, not dim, but brilliant. It exhaled, long and deep, the kind of sound that makes the earth remember what it means to be alive. By dawn, the sea was calm. The camp was wreckage scattered on golden sand, but Leviathan was breathing steady. I walked to the water's edge, boots sinking in soaked earth, and saw it watching the horizon. The glow along its body pulsed like a tide returning home. The drones dropped thruster buoys, and the tide began to lift it gently. The ocean moved for it, not against it. I walked alongside as far as I could,
unhooking the last of the cables, feeling the water rise against my knees. It lifted its head and released a sound that wasn't fury. It was gratitude. It looked once more toward the shore, and for a heartbeat, I felt seen. Then it turned and slid back into the deep. The glow lingered beneath the waves for a moment, then faded. The sea went still. We came here thinking we were saving a monster. But standing there, listening to the ocean breathe, I realized we'd saved something far greater. We'd given the sea back one of its guardians, and in return it had reminded us what mercy looks like. Somewhere below, in the quiet dark, a titan was breathing easy again.